My name is Cesar II Ruiz. I recently graduated from the University of Michigan with a double major in classical studies as well as history. Uncertainty has played a huge part in my life, my studies, as well as my time here at Gabii. I've had the privilege of being on site for 2 years in a row now, and it wasn't until this recent year that I was able to further develop this concept within myself as well as my archaeological endeavors here on site. When thinking of uncertainty, two main rooms come to mind this year when I was working. The first one, where we began with this whole floor that we had no idea what we were going to uncover underneath. After countless digging and pickaxing through the ground, we managed to find this sort of clay that was just symbolic to the idea that the whole ground was sterile, meaning that there was nothing that we could continually find underneath it. We were also moved then into another room where we began to dig, and almost instantly we began to unearth a kosher pestle floor as well as preparations for that floor and bedrock right next to it. This sort of gave this idea that we could actually understand what was happening in this room. In order to piece all these features together, we could see that the floor, the prep was made for that, as well as the bedrock that was as well. We could just understand how during Roman times this floor would have been built and used. Just to conclude with the idea of uncertainty, I've been able to understand how this just all plays a big role within not only here archaeology, but also in my historical endeavors as to understanding what people did, why they did it, and how they did it. This idea of not knowing what these people were good for, what they did, this archaeology, what these rooms were used for, and all of that. It just sort of all pieces together with this notion of actually being here and excavating where these people lived. You actually get to sense, and in a way, this uncertainty just gives birth to knowledge, and that's how it's sort of sprouted with me.